Celebrities who are infamously smelly almost got kicked off sets.
Smelling from, you know,
right, across the hall.
I got so we were
Matthew's
so
here.
Imagine stepping onto a private jet, expecting the aroma of luxury, only to be met with a wave of something far less pleasant. Picture a red carpet premiere, the flashbulbs popping, while nearby a famous actor emits an odor that could wilt a bouquet. Beyond the shimmering facade of fame and fortune lies a surprising truth. Some celebrities, despite their seemingly perfect lives, struggle with surprisingly poor hygiene. Prepare to be astonished as we peel back the layers of glitz and glamour to reveal the stars whose personal habits might leave you holding your nose. Brad Pitt. William Bradley Pitt, a captivating American actor and film producer, has consistently held the status of a Hollywood heartthrob since his ascent to fame. Surprisingly, despite his undeniable charm, rumors have swirled concerning his personal hygiene practices. Born on December 18th, a birthday he shares with Keith Richards of the Rolling Stones, known for his own rock and roll lifestyle, Pitt has amassed a remarkable collection of accolades, including 2 Academy Awards, 2 British Academy Film Awards, and a Primetime Emmy. His acting career ignited with a memorable, albeit small, role as a charming cowboy hitchhiker in Ridley Scott's 1991 hit, Thelma and Louise. That appearance served as the launchpad for a stellar career that saw him embody diverse and significant characters. His captivating performance in the 1995 sci-fi thriller 12 Monkeys secured him both a Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actor and his first Academy Award nomination. Pitt's widespread commercial triumph came after his charismatic portrayal in Steven Soderbergh's 2001 heist film, Ocean's 11, solidifying his place as a leading man. He continued to dominate the screen with his dynamic presence in films such as the grand historical epic Troy in 2004, the explosive action comedy Mr. and Mrs. Smith in 2005, and the recent high-octane thrill ride Bullet Train in 2022. Across this broad spectrum of genres, Brad Pitt has continually showcased his versatility and profound acting talent. In 2001, looking to expand his influence within the movie world, Pitt co-founded the successful production company Plan B Entertainment. He twice earned the title of People's Sexiest Man Alive in 1995 and 2000, a designation that humorously contrasts with whispers surrounding his personal cleanliness. While the world is familiar with his past marriages to Jennifer Aniston and Angelina Jolie, and his role as a father to 6 children, his on-set hygiene practices have stirred more than a few whispers in Hollywood. It's become rather well known that Pitt often opts out of showering while working on film sets, leaving some co-stars, including those from Fury and Inglourious Basterds, a bit less than enthusiastic to work in close proximity due to his apparent aversion to soap and water. Filmmaker Eli Roth has recounted how Pitt frequently resorted to baby wipes for a quick cleanup during filming, rather than a full shower, even going so far as to recommend this method to Roth for its convenience. This habit became so ingrained that Pitt's own children reportedly took to calling him Smelly Daddy. Interestingly, and perhaps ironically, Pitt once presented his then-wife Angelina Jolie with mints, apparently under the impression that she had bad breath, a humorous anecdote revealing a possible blind spot when it came to his own personal hygiene. Despite these revealing and amusing personal quirks, Brad Pitt remains a highly celebrated figure in the entertainment world. Russell Crowe. Born in the early 1960s, Russell Crowe, a name synonymous with cinematic intensity, carved a path to stardom adorned with an Oscar, 2 Golden Globes, and a BAFTA. Yet, beyond the silver screen accolades, whispers follow the ruggedly handsome actor. Whispers about a decidedly unglamorous scent. It seems the man who embodied a Roman general and a Depression-era boxer might not be as captivating to the nose as he is to the eye. Did you know Crowe was once a musician? Before hitting it big in Hollywood, he fronted several rock bands in Australia, even releasing a few singles. Perhaps his rock star lifestyle contributed to his disregard for conventional grooming habits? Crowe, a New Zealander by birth, grew up in Australia, eventually becoming a permanent resident at 21. His career exploded after his portrayal of a neo-Nazi skinhead in 1992's Romper Stomper. While fans adored his raw talent, some colleagues allegedly found his personal aroma, shall we say, memorable for all the wrong reasons. Word has it that Crowe has a strong aversion to deodorant, fueling speculation and turning his alleged body odor into a curious facet of his public persona. The late sharp-tongued Joan Rivers once quipped, "He has a body odor problem." I prefer to sit downwind of him at showbiz bashes. Whether apocryphal or not, the comment cemented the idea in the public's mind. The topic of Russell Crowe's hygiene has popped up more than once on film sets. During the filming of Gladiator, it became known that Crowe often skipped showers for days at a time. This habit apparently followed him to Cinderella Man, where he starred alongside Renee Zellweger. In that film, playing a married couple required intimate scenes, and Zellweger reportedly found the experience rather pungent. She confessed to the National Enquirer that she gagged during a kissing scene with her co-star. Zellweger brought her discomfort to the crew's attention and even confronted Crowe himself, but her pleas seem to have fallen on deaf ears, or rather, insensitive noses. Ultimately, director Ron Howard, in an unprecedented move, resorted to hiring a body double for Zellweger in close physical scenes with Crowe. Talk about adding an unexpected layer of difficulty to filming intimate moments. The saga continued with Crowe's portrayal of boxer Jim Braddock. In his quest for authenticity, embodying the struggles of the Depression era, Crowe apparently let his personal cleanliness slide. Co-stars found his odor distracting, a stark contrast to the heroic figure he was portraying. Even on the set of Darren Aronofsky's Noah, where Crowe took on the role of the biblical ark builder, his commitment to method acting apparently included forgoing showers for extended periods. While his dedication is noteworthy, it seems his hygiene took a backseat, leaving his fellow actors holding their breath, literally. Sophia Loren. Sophia Loren, an iconic figure of international cinema, captivated audiences and rose to global stardom in the early 1970s, embodying a sexually liberated persona on screen. With a prolific career spanning many decades, the American Film Institute named her among the greatest stars of classical Hollywood cinema. Remarkably, she remains one of the few surviving major stars from that golden era of filmmaking, holding the 21st spot on AFI's prestigious list of the 50 greatest stars in American film history. Interestingly, Sophia Loren's journey to fame began in beauty pageants as a teenager, where, although she didn't always win, her stunning looks and undeniable presence caught the eye of film producers. Despite her celebrated on-screen persona and undeniable iconic status, Loren faced her share of personal challenges, notably including persistent rumors about having bad breath. This unfortunately led to a notably tense and uncomfortable relationship with the equally legendary actor Marlon Brando. Brando, known for his notoriously blunt and uncensored candor, did not hold back in his comments about Loren's breath, famously stating, "Her breath is worse than a dinosaur's." He attributed this issue to her passionate love for Italian cuisine, which, in his opinion, negatively impacted her oral hygiene. The friction between Loren and Brando serves as a fascinating glimpse behind the glamorous facade of the film industry, revealing the very real personal dynamics and tensions that can exist even between highly acclaimed actors. It serves as a reminder that even celebrities, despite their public image of perfection, are subject to the same human experiences and perceived imperfections as anyone else. The dynamics on the set of A Countess from Hong Kong were particularly fraught with difficulty between Sophia Loren and Marlon Brando. During one of their scenes, a kissing scene no less, Loren reportedly recoiled from Brando, deeply embarrassed and hurt by his remark about noticing long hairs in her nostrils. This humiliating incident triggered what would become a decade-long animosity between the two stars. During their feud, another Hollywood legend stepped into the picture: Cary Grant. Grant, known for his elegance and charm, tried to mediate between Loren and Brando, but even his efforts couldn't completely smooth over the deep-seated animosity. The intensity of their feud was vividly described in two biographical books published after Brando's death at the age of 80. Sophia Loren, a biography penned by Warren G. Harris, detailed their initial encounter on the Paramount studio lot, where Brando's unfiltered bluntness immediately set a negative tone. After examining some of Loren's paintings, he declared that she was sick, creating instant awkwardness. Despite director Charlie Chaplin's attempts to encourage Loren to continue filming after this unpleasant outburst, the tension remained palpable. During the third attempt to film a love scene, Brando reportedly bit Loren's lip with such force that he drew blood. Chaplin later described their subsequent interactions as akin to each clasped the other as if embracing a werewolf, a vivid illustration of the profound mutual dislike that existed between them. Britney Spears. Between 2004 and 2023, the fragrance market welcomed a deluge of new scents, and Britney Spears was a major contributor. By 2023, her brand boasted an impressive 42 perfumes. A report revealed that a Britney Spears fragrance is sold every 15 seconds worldwide, culminating in a staggering $1.5 billion in sales from over 30 million bottles. However, did you know Britney Spears once attempted to meet Prince William? During her teenage years, Britney shared in an interview how she and Justin Timberlake had engaged in online communication with the prince, leading to plans for a potential rendezvous. Unfortunately, their planned meeting never came to fruition. What a different kind of royalty that would have been. Yet, a stark contrast exists between the pop icon's fragrance empire and her own reported hygiene habits. In 2005, Britney took a hiatus from her career to focus on family life, releasing Someday I Will Understand, dedicated to her firstborn, Sean Preston. By 2006, she welcomed her second son, Jaden James, but the same year filed for divorce from Kevin Federline. The divorce finalized in 2007, marking the start of a turbulent period. Britney grappled with the grief of a failed relationship, drug addiction, the loss of physical custody of her children, legal disputes with Louis Vuitton, harsh album reviews, psychiatric hospitalization, and a conservatorship. It was also a time when she shaved her own hair completely off after being relentlessly followed by paparazzi, a symbolic act of defiance. Adding to this turmoil were the jarring claims made by her former bodyguard, Fernando Flores, in a lawsuit. He alleged that Britney had surprisingly poor hygiene. He claimed she seldom showered, reeked of cigarettes, and was prone to frequent flatulence, offering an unwelcome glimpse into the star's private world. Flores described Britney as unkempt, and the consequences of her habits were noticeable. Her heavy smoking habit left a persistent odor of stale tobacco on her breath and in her nasal passages, evident even during normal respiration. Flores further detailed unsanitary behaviors such as nose-picking, resulting in debris accumulating under her fingernails and emitting an unpleasant smell if not cleaned. One fan recounted meeting Britney stating, "Definitely not like her perfumes. I honestly didn't imagine Britney as a smoker. I had always thought she would smell like vanilla, but unfortunately a strong smell of cigarettes hit me when I met her. She might even smell a bit sweaty if there's a meet and greet after rehearsals." Britney dismissed these accusations as attempts to generate controversy for personal gain. Despite these hurdles, she staged a comeback in March 2011 with her seventh studio album, achieving commercial success and reaffirming her position at the pinnacle of singing, songwriting, acting, and dancing. Her performances remained captivating. Britney maintained a relatively stable trajectory until 2018, despite minor career fluctuations. The number-free Britney movement in 2019 underscored the unwavering support of her fan base. Her performances solidified her iconic status. She also found personal fulfillment with her third husband. However, her first husband's lingering resentment manifested in a chilling attempt to disrupt her third wedding with a knife, leading to his arrest. In 2022, Britney celebrated another career milestone, securing her 14th top 10 single since her debut. Subsequently, she curtailed her social media activity, deleting her Instagram accounts and prompting fan concern across other platforms. Britney assured fans on Twitter of her well-being and requested privacy. A video of Britney dancing with what she later clarified were fake knives caused further alarm. Her life's journey, encompassing meteoric fame and formidable challenges, is chronicled in her memoir, The Woman in Me, published on October 24, 2023, selling over 3 million copies. Yet, one facet of her life remains largely obscured: her personal hygiene, as revealed by her former bodyguard's disclosures. How shocked are you by the revelations about Britney's personal habits? Comment with a number from 0, not shocked at all, to 9, extremely shocked. Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, forever etched in our minds as the swashbuckling Jack Sparrow of the Pirates of the Caribbean saga, is a man who doesn't just play a character, he becomes it. Interestingly, Depp was a rock musician before acting, and even opened for the legendary Iggy Pop. This deep dive into his roles has earned him fame and accolades. Born in the early 1960s, this American actor and musician boasts a Golden Globe, 3 Academy Award nominations, and 2 BAFTAs. The films showcasing his quirky characters have sailed past $8 billion in global box office receipts, confirming he's box office gold. Depp's commitment, while admirable, has also raised eyebrows and possibly noses among his colleagues. His devotion to staying in character has led to, shall we say, some interesting personal choices. For the Pirates films, Depp reportedly embraced the grimy reality of a pirate's life, going days without showering to capture Jack Sparrow's unkempt look. This method acting, though visually effective, did create a, let's say, fragrant atmosphere on set. Apparently, Depp also wasn't too fond of his toothbrush during those times, adding another layer to the experience. On the set of The Tourist, the air was apparently so thick that Angelina Jolie stepped in, gently suggesting Listerine and offering him mints. These tales just underscore Depp's willingness to go to the extreme for his art, even if it means smelling a bit piratey. Megan Fox. Megan Fox, a captivating presence in modern Hollywood, roared into the spotlight with her role in the explosive Transformers franchise. Her journey began early. At just 15, she debuted in the Sunny family film Holiday in the Sun in 2001. But it was 2007's Transformers that rocketed her to global fame. Interestingly, Michael Bay, the director, initially hesitated casting her because he was told about her reputation. Later, he learned she was just 15, and they only spoke in a brief moment, and he never get to know more about that. It seems Bay's gut instinct served him well, as Fox helped turn Transformers into one of the decade biggest hit franchise. Beyond the blockbuster, Fox showcased her versatility in films like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and even charmed audiences on the sitcom New Girl. She is known for turning heads on the red carpet with her cutting-edge fashion. That's why it's quite a jolt to learn about her self-confessed shortcomings in bathroom etiquette, a stark contrast to her polished, glamorous public persona. Megan Fox, despite her stunning looks and acting skills, has been remarkably open about her domestic untidiness. She has candidly admitted, "I'm horrible to live with. I don't clean. My clothes end up wherever I take them off. I forget to flush the toilet. Friends will tell me, 'Megan, you totally pitched a loaf in my toilet and didn't flush.'" This refreshingly honest self-assessment gives fair warning. Entering Megan Fox's abode might come with a few, shall we say, unexpected bathroom surprises. Kristen Stewart. Kristen James Stewart, an American actress born in 1990, has carved out a prominent space for herself in the film industry since a very young age. Her talent has been acknowledged with prestigious awards, including a British Academy Film Award and a César Award, and she has garnered nominations for both an Academy Award and a Golden Globe. She even attended school until the 7th grade and then completed her education through correspondence, juggling the demands of auditions and film sets. Stewart's acting career catapulted forward at the age of 12 with her role in David Fincher's gripping 2002 thriller Panic Room. She later achieved international recognition with her compelling performances in films such as Adventureland, Into the Wild, and most notably the Twilight Saga film series, released in 2005, 2007, and starting in 2008, respectively. Her work was lauded with the BAFTA Rising Star Award in 2010. Despite her career accomplishments, Stewart has gained a reputation for her unconventional personal habits, which have at times drawn criticism from fans. She once made headlines for her romantic involvement with Robert Pattinson and a subsequent affair with the director of Snow White and the Huntsman. Additionally, she is often recognized for her casual, somewhat unkempt appearance and unapologetic attitude towards it. This has become a recognizable element of her public persona. During an interview with Allure magazine, Kristen Stewart openly discussed her indifference towards traditional grooming standards, remarking, "I go outside and I'm wearing a funky t-shirt, and my hair is dirty, and people say, 'What's wrong with her? She needs to invest in a hairbrush.' I'm like, don't you get it? I'm not that girl. I was never that girl. It's not like I was clean cut last year." A source has indicated that Stewart's less conventional approach to hygiene involves infrequent hair washing, brushing her teeth only once a day, and rarely using perfume. Despite her ex-partner's reservations about these habits, Stylist magazine reported that Robert Pattinson was actually said to find a certain appeal in her natural scent. Stewart herself has publicly questioned societal norms regarding cleanliness, once stating, "I don't get this obsession with washing the smell off." To explain the instances of body odor, Stewart admitted that during moments of nervousness, she might sometimes neglect certain personal care routines. She tends to fidget, for instance, twiddling her thumbs until they become sweaty, which can sometimes lead to an unpleasant smell. These admissions give us a deeper insight into Stewart's individual perspective on personal hygiene, and how she balances this with the expectations and scrutiny of the public eye. Do you believe that Kristen Stewart's personal habits, including her infrequent hair washing and body odor, impact her career or public image? Comment with yes or no. Princess Diana.
The enormous amount of people there sometimes are, so it's impossible to talk and eat at the same time. So you end up chasing a bit of chicken around the plate and never getting anything yourself.
Princess Diana, born on July 1st, 1961, became an instant global icon as the first wife of Charles III and the Princess of Wales. She captivated the world with her compassion, her charm, and her unwavering commitment to charitable causes. But beneath the polished exterior of a beloved princess, Diana grappled with personal demons that cast a shadow over even the most glamorous aspects of her life, extending to her personal hygiene. Did you know that before becoming Princess of Wales, Diana worked as a kindergarten assistant and loved being around young children? Her genuine kindness shone through even in those early years, making it all the more poignant that she struggled with such deep-seated insecurities. Before her royal life, Diana displayed a strong work ethic, holding down various jobs: cooking, teaching dance, caring for children, and even hosting parties. She took pride in her independence and self-sufficiency. However, James Hewitt, her former lover, revealed some startling details about her personal habits, stating that she suffered from both body odor and halitosis. It was later revealed that Diana battled bulimia nervosa, an eating disorder that can cause foul odors due to frequent regurgitation. Diana's fear of gaining weight also led her to eschew regular toothbrushing, which only exacerbated her oral hygiene issues. These details add a layer of vulnerability to the image of the elegant princess, reminding us of the silent battles fought behind closed palace doors. She openly discussed her struggle with bulimia, which started early in her marriage to Charles. The disorder manifested physically, with her experiencing a bloated stomach sensitive to touch, leading to frequent vomiting. Her honeymoon, a time meant for romantic bliss, was marred by daily bouts of illness. The bulimia ravaged her physical and emotional well-being. The pressures and rigid expectations of royal life, coupled with discriminatory attitudes she felt from within the family, worsened her eating disorder. Charles's growing detachment added to the burden, and the disease itself further strained their marriage. Diana's struggles with bulimia became embarrassingly obvious during family meals, where she had to face hurtful comments regarding her eating habits and physical appearance. Despite this, her fight continued. Her confidants would later acknowledge both her bulimia and the resultant unpleasant breath. In addition to the eating disorder, there were hushed suggestions of other health concerns, including mental health struggles and an exceptionally high libido. These issues, shrouded in social stigma and often misunderstood, made her fight against bulimia an even more solitary battle. Her bulimia became, as seen from the text, a public struggle affecting all facets of her life. Zac Efron. Zachary David Alexander. Efron, gracing the world with his presence in 1987, launched his acting career at the dawn of the 2000s. But it was 2008 when he truly ascended to superstardom, embodying the iconic Troy Bolton in the High School Musical saga. Many also cheer for his role alongside the charismatic Dwayne Johnson in Baywatch. Few people knew that Efron's journey actually began in the serene town of Arroyo Grande, California, within a grounded middle-class family. Interestingly, it wasn't just acting that caught his eye. Efron was quite the collector of rare vintage comic books in his teens, with some editions reportedly worth thousands now. His acting fire ignited in his school days, initially treading the boards at the Great American Melodrama and Vaudeville, later adding singing lessons to his repertoire. His drama teacher, Robin Mechik, a beacon of recognition for his raw talent, steered him toward an agent in Los Angeles, paving his path to the Creative Artists Agency. He further honed his skills at the Pacific Conservatory of the Performing Arts, gracing their stages in 2000 and 2001. Despite this polished and professional trajectory, Efron's personal hygiene reportedly veers off the beaten path. A source once confided in a magazine that, "Zac isn't a big fan of showering. It's so gross because Zac loves to work out and plays basketball all the time, and then goes days without showering. When he gets lazy, he likes to clean himself with baby wipes." This paints a picture of someone who might not always subscribe to conventional hygiene norms, particularly after a sweat-inducing workout or game. Clark Gable. Throughout Hollywood's glittering history, success often masked peculiar personal habits. From the silver screen's golden age to the present day, some stars shone brightly despite rumors of less than stellar hygiene. Take Clark Gable, for instance. Born in 1901, this ruggedly handsome actor, crowned King of Hollywood, might not have smelled as regal as his title suggested. It's rumored that Carole Lombard, his third wife and a glamorous star in her own right, once gifted him a rather pointed present, a toilet plunger engraved with "To the King." Even so, Gable's career thrived for over 3 decades, culminating in the American Film Institute ranking him the 7th greatest male star of classic American cinema. He wasn't just popular, he was critically acclaimed. Gable even snagged an Academy Award for Best Actor in the charming romantic comedy It Happened One Night. But despite all the accolades and adoration, it seems the king may have occasionally forgotten his royal duties in the personal hygiene department. Matthew McConaughey. Born in the year 1969, Matthew David McConaughey rose to prominence in Hollywood following his memorable performance in the 1993 coming-of-age comedy, Dazed and Confused. This launched a highly successful acting career, bringing him numerous accolades and widespread recognition. Interestingly, amidst his professional triumphs, McConaughey's personal hygiene practices have become a topic of fascination and conversation. McConaughey has publicly shared that he hasn't used deodorant for more than 20 years, explaining that he favors embracing his natural body scent. He's noted that the women in his life, including his own mother, find his scent distinctive and appealing, associating it with masculinity. When questioned about his smell, he has quipped that he would simply shower if it caused anyone discomfort. This decision to abstain from deodorant has elicited a spectrum of responses from his colleagues. While some might find his natural approach refreshing, others may find it challenging to collaborate closely due to the potential for body odor. This became very clear when filming Sahara in 2005. McConaughey spent days in the desert sun without deodorant, and some crew members reported they had to stand far away from him during breaks. Despite this personal preference, McConaughey's acting career remains robust and flourishing in the Hollywood landscape. Matthew McConaughey's no deodorant stance has generated quite the mixed bag of reactions. Some find his natural scent perfectly acceptable, while others, such as his How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days co-star Kate Hudson, have openly expressed their discomfort. In an interview, McConaughey shared a story about Hudson bringing a salt rock, a natural deodorizing agent, to set and encouraging him to use it. In contrast, Yvette Nicole Brown, who shared the screen with him in Tropic Thunder, described his scent as a blend of granola and good living. Despite the varying perspectives, reports indicate that McConaughey maintains a basic level of personal hygiene, regularly showering and using Cetaphil soap, shampoo, and conditioner to keep his scent clean, even if distinctively his own. Charlize Theron. Charlize Theron, the South African luminary born in 1975, has carved an indomitable niche in cinema, reigning as both a formidable producer and a top-tier earner among global actors. Known for a chameleonic range from chilling serial killer portrayals to high-octane action, Theron is a powerhouse in Hollywood's pantheon. And talk about a prodigy. Long before she stunned audiences with her performances, young Charlize was actually a gifted ballet dancer, nearly joining a prestigious South African dance company. Her talent garnered early acclaim, securing her an Oscar at a mere 28 years of age and a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame by 30. Despite her polished, high-glamour public persona, Theron openly challenges conventional notions of hygiene, specifically the need for daily showers. In a revelation that might surprise many, she's admitted to comfortably going a whole week without showering. This offers an intriguing peek behind the curtain at a star celebrated for her impeccable red carpet appearances and unwavering dedication to her craft. Theron stands unabashedly by her hygiene choices, even when they defy the norm. During a memorable interview with David Letterman while promoting the film Hancock, she declared, "I'm a tough girl, and I cannot shower for a week. I'm fine without that." This candid statement underscores her comfort and confidence in her own skin, unswayed by societal expectations about cleanliness. Robert Pattinson. Robert Douglas Thomas Pattinson, akin to his former on-screen partner Kristen Stewart, displays a certain nonchalance towards personal upkeep. Both stars, despite demanding film schedules, occasionally overlook routine cleanliness, a situation often testing for those in their immediate professional circle. Ironically, this laid-back approach contrasts with Pattinson's intense dedication to his roles, seen in both blockbusters and indie cinema, which propelled him to stardom, placing him among the world's highest-earning actors and earning 2 Independent Spirit Award nods. He once lived in a budget-friendly London flat, long after his career took off, seemingly unbothered by the luxuries his wealth could afford. His immersion in his characters is legendary, to the point he'll often let his personal hygiene go, with reports circulating that he can forgo hair washing for weeks. This method hygiene, or lack thereof, culminates in Pattinson only showering when his own scent becomes too offensive. While working on a film where he was expected to play an unshaven character, it is said that he committed so completely that lice took up residence in his beard and later infested his makeup artist. It seems the actor, while dazzling on screen, places artistic expression squarely above matters of personal grooming. Enjoying this video? Like and subscribe for more. Not feeling it? A like would still be appreciated, and your comments will help me do better next time. Cameron Diaz. Stepping into the spotlight, Cameron Michelle Diaz, a name synonymous with Hollywood charm and box office success, is no stranger to making unconventional choices. This California native, born in 1972, has graced screens with both comedic and dramatic performances, racking up over $3 billion in domestic box office earnings. In fact, as of 2018, she proudly held the title of the 5th highest-grossing actress in the U.S. Interestingly, before gracing the silver screen, Diaz was a successful model, gracing covers of major magazines and traveling the world. Through the early 2000s, she wasn't just a top earner but a bona fide sex symbol. But despite all the glitz and glamour, Diaz's personal hygiene routine is surprisingly down-to-earth. Perhaps even a bit too down-to-earth for some. This star has championed a minimalist approach to beauty, famously proclaiming her likeness to a beast. On the Rule Breakers podcast, Diaz candidly admitted her less than enthusiastic approach to skincare. "I literally do nothing. I never wash my face." She went on, hilariously questioning the need for frequent product application, saying, "Twice a month, if I'm lucky, I'll be like, oh, I better put this on. One time works, right? Is that all I have to do? I'm just not in that place right now where I put any energy into it." Even more surprising is Diaz's firm stance against deodorants. In a 2014 interview, she confessed to ditching deodorant 2 decades prior, claiming it made things smell worse. Instead, she champions a very natural solution, trimming underarm hair to, minimize the scent trap. This offers a fascinating glimpse into the unpolished side of a Hollywood icon, proving even the most glamorous can march to the beat of their own drum. Or perhaps in this case, the rhythm of their own au naturel scent. Jennifer Aniston. Jennifer Aniston, born February 11, 1969, captured global hearts as Rachel Green in the iconic sitcom Friends, a role that showered her with accolades, a Primetime Emmy, a Golden Globe, and Screen Actors Guild Awards. Rising from a New York upbringing, Aniston soared to become a global box office power and one of Hollywood's top-paid actresses. While the world focused on her high-profile engagement and subsequent marriage to Brad Pitt, those closer to her noted a recurring, if less glamorous, issue: persistent halitosis, and not necessarily linked with her high-caffeine coffee habits. Although she once denied getting a nose job, later admitting to having a deviated septum surgically corrected, a procedure that may ironically have unintentionally contributed to the issue. During intimate scenes for The Switch and Horrible Bosses, co-star Jason Bateman had to discreetly interrupt filming to offer Aniston mints, a testament to the intensity of her coffee breath. The story echoes a similar experience allegedly encountered by Alec Baldwin on the set of 30 Rock. A co-star also reportedly compelled to speak out about her breath, describing a shared kiss as a less than ideal experience, even using the word painful. While these remain rumors, these anecdotes contrast sharply with Aniston's public persona of healthy living and natural beauty, proving that even the most polished stars have their less than glamorous moments. So, as we wrap up these tales of stinky stars, it's clear that even the rich and famous grapple with everyday realities, a potent reminder that flawless images are often just that: images. Have you ever been in a situation where someone's hygiene, or lack thereof, completely caught you off guard? It's a universal experience, isn't it? Share your own jaw-dropping encounters in the comments below. And if you found these revelations as mind-blowing as we did, please smash that like button. Subscribe to Timeless Rewind for more deep dives into the hidden lives of celebrities, and ring that notification bell to stay in the loop. 20 celebrities who really are big jerks. We all know the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, but behind the scenes, some stars have earned reputations for their bad behavior, rude antics, and downright nasty attitudes. From feuds with co-stars to shocking public outbursts, these celebs might not be as charming as they appear on screen. Stick around as we reveal the shocking stories and lesser-known facts about the 20 biggest jerks in the world of fame and fortune. Get ready for some jaw-dropping moments. Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey's public image, once synonymous with empowerment, has been tarnished by several controversies. Her 2003 interview with Dolly Parton drew criticism for what some perceived as intrusive questioning regarding Parton's cosmetic surgery. Viewers felt Winfrey was attempting to shame the country music star, with one commenting, "Oprah looked so salty when she couldn't get her to react how she wanted." In 2020, Winfrey's decision to withdraw from a documentary about Russell Simmons' alleged sexual misconduct fueled speculation that she had been pressured into silence, an allegation she refuted. Additionally, actress Taraji P. Henson, who appeared in Winfrey's co-production of The Color Purple, revealed that significant pay disparity almost prompted her to leave the project. Rose McGowan further amplified the negative sentiment surrounding Winfrey, accusing her on Twitter of complicity in Harvey Weinstein's predatory behavior. You knew about his crimes and did nothing. These incidents have collectively cast a shadow over Winfrey's moral authority and the sincerity of her public advocacy, echoing a sentiment expressed on Twitter about the Parton interview. I feel like Oprah wanted her to be embarrassed, but Ms. Dolly said nope. Edward Norton. Edward Norton's commitment to his craft, though undeniable, has often been overshadowed by his reputation as a demanding and difficult collaborator. His tendency towards perfectionism frequently translates into clashes with directors and producers, stemming from his perceived interference in the creative process. One example of this occurred during the filming of The Italian Job, where Norton reportedly rebuffed director F. Gary Gray's conciliatory gesture with the words, "I don't want that. I don't even like you." This incident highlights Norton's confrontational demeanor on set. His work on American History X further cemented this reputation when director Tony Kaye accused him of hijacking the editing process and fundamentally altering the film without consent. Kaye contended that Norton's edits shifted the focus to a character study, deviating from Kaye's intended broader exploration of white supremacy and leading to a very public dispute. Similarly, Norton's involvement with The Incredible Hulk allegedly played a significant role in his subsequent replacement by Mark Ruffalo in The Avengers. Norton's reported demands for creative control over the character and the film's direction created friction with Marvel Studios. While his talent remains unquestioned, Norton's reputation as a challenging personality has undoubtedly impacted his career. Ellen DeGeneres. Ellen DeGeneres' carefully cultivated image as a kind and empathetic personality has been significantly challenged in recent years. The 2019 photograph of her conversing amiably with former President George W. Bush at a Dallas Cowboys game sparked widespread criticism, prompting the question, why is a gay Hollywood liberal sitting next to a conservative Republican president? While DeGeneres attempted to address the controversy, the incident highlighted a perceived disconnect between her public persona and her actions. This was further amplified in 2020 by numerous allegations from current and former employees of her long-running talk show, who described a toxic work environment characterized by racism, sexual misconduct, and bullying, directly contradicting her "be kind" mantra. DeGeneres herself acknowledged this disconnect, stating the "be kind" girl wasn't kind. Further fueling negative perceptions, staff members reported retaliatory actions for taking medical leave or raising concerns, along with dismissals for bereavement leave and pay cuts during the COVID-19 pandemic, while DeGeneres continued her show from her home. Her insensitive comparison of her quarantine experience to being in jail further alienated viewers. These controversies ultimately led to the cancellation of her show in 2022 after nearly 2 decades, marking a dramatic fall from grace for the once beloved television icon. Before we dive into more shocking stories, make sure you're subscribed so you never miss out on the latest celebrity gossip. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's next. Kanye West. Kanye West, widely known for his groundbreaking music as a rapper and producer, has often been described as a narcissist and a jerk, thanks to his erratic behavior and inflammatory comments. A particularly infamous moment came at the 2009 MTV Video Music Awards when he interrupted Taylor Swift's acceptance speech, claiming he was the one responsible for her fame. This sentiment was echoed in his controversial song, Famous, where he rapped, "I made that bitch famous," sparking a public outcry. Swift's team immediately denounced the lyric, asserting that she had not given her approval. Over the years, West has been criticized as a publicity-hungry provocateur, with some even labeling him an Uncle Tom and a sellout. His recent anti-Semitic remarks on the Drink Champs podcast only served to fuel this negative perception. In the interview, he made a series of harmful and inflammatory comments about Jewish people, relying on common anti-Semitic stereotypes and conspiracy theories. As his career has progressed, West's behavior has become increasingly disturbing, with his social media posts and interviews showcasing dangerous and delusional rhetoric. Despite acknowledging his bipolar disorder, he refuses to take responsibility for the fallout caused by his words and actions. As one of his former collaborators noted, he has rambling thoughts spewing from a seemingly delusional state, and he's getting worse over time. His ego and complete obliviousness to his mental state are confounding. Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman, an actor renowned for his iconic voice and impressive performances, has become embroiled in a troubling scandal involving sexual harassment and misconduct allegations. Multiple accounts have emerged, painting Freeman's behavior as a poorly concealed open secret in Hollywood, with at least 8 women accusing him of inappropriate touching, sexual comments, and creating a hostile work environment. One of the most detailed testimonies comes from a production assistant on Going in Style, who described months of harassment, including unwanted physical contact and crude remarks about her appearance. Similar accounts were shared by a senior staff member from Now You See Me, who recounted Freeman's inappropriate actions toward women on set. These allegations suggest a disturbing pattern of misconduct that extended beyond the workplace to public events, where Freeman allegedly made suggestive comments and gestures toward female journalists. Freeman's behavior wasn't limited to his interactions with women. Reports also emerged of him making inappropriate and crude remarks on film sets that left colleagues uncomfortable. This troubling conduct also reportedly occurred at his own production company, Revelations Entertainment, where former employees described unwelcome sexual comments and advances. Furthermore, Freeman's behavior extended to his time on the Shawshank Redemption set, where it was reported that he clashed with director Frank Darabont, refusing to do extra takes and altering scenes, causing disruptions to the production. These incidents reflect a pattern of disrespect and disregard for others. The ongoing allegations have severely damaged Freeman's once sterling reputation, highlighting the broader issues of power imbalances and the pressing need for accountability within the entertainment industry. As the counter Me Too movement continues to reveal similar cases, Freeman's story serves as a stark reminder of the urgent need for a cultural shift in how individuals, regardless of their status, are treated in the workplace. Like this video? Great. Subscribe for more. Hate it? Well, a like would be nice anyway. And let me know what went wrong in the comments. Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise, while celebrated for his death-defying stunts, maintains a complex Hollywood reputation. Beyond the on-screen heroics lies a consistent pattern of behavior described by some as spiteful egomania. The actor's personal life fuels much speculation. All 3 of his ex-wives, Mimi Rogers, Nicole Kidman, and Katie Holmes, ended their marriages to him at age 33, a coincidence sparking widespread rumors of Scientology-related practices or controlling behavior. His public persona has often veered into the bizarre. The infamous 2005 Oprah Winfrey Show couch jumping incident, followed by an overly enthusiastic embrace of Winfrey, left many viewers questioning his stability. Further fueling these concerns are allegations of forcibly dragging Katie Holmes onto a stage and twisting her arm at a 2005 event, raising serious questions about his potential for domineering and abusive behavior. Adding to the controversy are Cruise's public pronouncements, including derogatory comments about women and his staunch, unwavering support of Scientology, an organization facing numerous accusations of abusive practices. This unwavering allegiance, combined with other questionable actions, paints a picture of a self-absorbed and potentially harmful figure within the entertainment industry, a far cry from the charismatic persona he projects on screen. Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis has built a reputation in Hollywood for being a tough and unpleasant colleague, with many pointing to his challenging behavior on set. Director Kevin Smith famously described working with Willis on the 2010 film Cop Out as a soul-crushing experience, expressing his gratitude toward everyone involved, except Willis, whom he openly criticized as difficult to work with. This sentiment is shared by several others who have had the misfortune of collaborating with him, contributing to his infamous status as a jerk who often falls short of expectations on set. Willis's uncooperative nature was on full display during a 2013 promotional interview for Red. In the awkward footage, Willis dismisses an English reporter with condescending remarks and curt responses, showing little regard for the journalist's questions. This was far from an isolated incident, as the actor's troublesome conduct has been a recurring theme throughout his career. His unprofessionalism extends beyond interviews, such as his lawsuit against the producers of The Tears of the Sun, 2003, following a minor on-set injury, and his public spat with Expendables co-star Sylvester Stallone, who lashed out at him, calling him greedy and lazy. While Willis' career boasts many successful roles and achievements, his reputation as a difficult and unpleasant personality has undeniably tarnished his public image, making him a notoriously tough figure to work with in the industry. Christian Bale. Christian Bale is widely known for his intense dedication to his craft, often undergoing extreme physical transformations for his roles. His ability to drastically alter his body, such as losing a staggering amount of weight to reach just 121 pounds for The Machinist, and building muscle for his portrayal of Batman, has earned him recognition. However, this level of commitment has also contributed to a reputation for being a volatile and difficult actor, marked by several controversial incidents. One of Bale's most infamous moments occurred during the making of Terminator Salvation, when a recording surfaced of him angrily berating a crew member. In the audio, Bale can be heard launching into a tirade of expletives and threats, scolding the cinematographer for disrupting his performance. He later acknowledged his behavior, calling it inexcusable and admitting he had acted like a punk in the moment. Such incidents are not isolated, as Bale has a history of poor interactions with fans. There are reports of him upsetting young fans by refusing to sign autographs, leaving some in tears, and he has often been described as rude and dismissive when approached by admirers. This volatile temperament, combined with his intense method acting, has led to Bale being perceived as a big jerk by many in the industry. Dustin Hoffman. Dustin Hoffman's behavior during the making of the Kramer vs. Kramer has been marred by allegations of abusive and inappropriate acting methods. According to Michael Schulman's account, Hoffman subjected Meryl Streep to extreme and harsh techniques under the guise of enhancing her performance. For instance, he struck Streep across the face and made tasteless remarks about her late partner John Cazale, who had recently passed away from lung cancer. These actions, meant to draw out deeper emotional reactions, were widely perceived as crossing the line into mistreatment. In one instance, Hoffman's slap left a visible mark on Streep, while his comments about Cazale occurred during a scene requiring her to access intense emotional vulnerability. Hoffman's questionable tactics weren't limited to Streep. He also manipulated young Justin Henry, who played Billy Kramer, by telling the child he might never see the cast again, a comment designed to provoke tears. While the approach succeeded in eliciting an emotional reaction, it revealed Hoffman's troubling willingness to exploit his co-star's emotions for the sake of authenticity. Despite his undeniable talent and achievements in film, Hoffman's off-screen behavior has significantly tarnished his legacy. Numerous accusations of sexual misconduct have surfaced, including one from a production assistant on the set of Death of a Salesman, who detailed inappropriate treatment. These revelations have ignited widespread discomfort and raised serious questions about his treatment of colleagues throughout his career. Angelina Jolie. Angelina Jolie's public image, while showcasing significant achievements in acting and humanitarian work, has been negatively impacted by perceptions of difficult behavior. This perception stems partly from highly publicized personal relationships, notably her marriage to Billy Bob Thornton following his separation from Laura Dern. Jolie acknowledged the resulting difficulties, stating, "I'm sure it wasn't easy for Laura Dern. I'm sure it wasn't easy for Billy Bob's family. It wasn't easy for anybody." Her complex relationship with her father, John Voight, marked by estrangement and his public comments about her mental health, further contributes to this image. Jolie herself has expressed a desire for distance, stating, "I will only say that, like every child, my brother Jamie and I would have loved to have had a warm and loving relationship with our dad." Industry colleagues have also described her as demanding and challenging to work with, with a director of a $487 million grossing film, contrasting her working style unfavorably with Tom Cruise's. Further contributing to this negative perception are accounts of a chaotic home environment, including reports of disruptive behavior from her children. Consequently, despite her professional success and philanthropic endeavors, negative perceptions of her personal life and professional conduct have overshadowed her accomplishments, as exemplified by a commentator's observation that, in Jolie's case, her perceived otherwomanness, her strangeness, and her bisexuality all conspire to exclude her from the narrow parameters of acceptability. William Shatner. William Shatner's iconic portrayal of Captain Kirk in Star Trek is unfortunately overshadowed by persistent rumors of a volatile personality and strained relationships with his co-stars. George Takei, the show's Sulu, famously described the set dynamic as William Shatner versus the rest of the world, alleging Shatner's jealousy over Leonard Nimoy's, Spock, immense popularity fueled the tension. Takei colorfully elaborated, "There was one character whose charisma and whose mystery was like a magnet. It was Spock, the enigmatic alien with pointed ears. That captivated the audience, and women thought, I'm the one who can arouse him." His fan letters were numerous, and Leonard's were less so, and that fostered an insecurity in Shatner. This rivalry reportedly extended beyond the series finale, most notably highlighted by Shatner's conspicuous absence from Nimoy's 2015 funeral, a move that certainly raised eyebrows. Shatner's interactions with fans have been equally unpredictable, ranging from charming to downright hostile. One particularly cringeworthy account recounts an incident where he insulted young Will Wheaton, requiring the intervention of Gene Roddenberry himself to smooth things over. While Shatner has attempted to explain away some of this behavior by citing the pressures of fame, "My anxieties were never directed at Leonard per se, it was about, how was the show going to go?" Accusations of egotism and opportunistic self-promotion, including leveraging tragedies for personal gain, continue to haunt his legacy. It seems the captain's log isn't always filled with heroic entries. Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez, a triple-threat superstar dominating music, film, and fashion, possesses a surprisingly prickly side that clashes sharply with her polished public image. While celebrated for her talent, behind the scenes whispers paint a picture of a demanding diva. One stylist even ranks her alongside Katherine Hagel as notoriously difficult to work with. Early collaborator Rosie Perez recounts a shocking anecdote of Lopez screaming and pounding her chest over perceived injustices, hinting at a volatile temper. Even Cameron Diaz reportedly felt the sting of Lopez's demanding nature during the filming of What to Expect When You're Expecting, expressing considerable frustration. Adding insult to injury, Lopez's public pronouncements haven't always been kind. She's dismissively called Cameron Diaz lucky and Gwyneth Paltrow forgettable, showcasing a less than charitable attitude towards her fellow female stars. Reports of difficult behavior extend beyond the industry. One account even alleges Lopez's intervention led to a hotel maid being fired for simply asking for an autograph, a truly shocking level of entitlement. It seems the glamorous facade hides a less than glamorous attitude, leaving a trail of frustrated colleagues and allegedly wronged individuals in its wake. Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire has developed a rather unfavorable reputation in Hollywood, often being described as difficult and unpleasant to work with. Reports suggest that Maguire has a troubling history of mistreating people, especially those in service roles. One infamous incident involved Maguire allegedly challenging a cocktail waitress to imitate a seal's bark for a $1,000 tip, a challenge she wisely declined. A casting director even referred to him as a monster on set, indicating his disruptive and demanding behavior. To top it off, Maguire is said to have insisted on being called Tugboat Maguire, or Tugboat Toby, further highlighting his eccentric and difficult nature. Additionally, Maguire reportedly isn't the most fan-friendly, having had several tense run-ins with both the press and fans, often clashing with paparazzi in public. Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe's career, while studded with accolades including an Oscar for Gladiator, is also peppered with tales of outrageous behavior. His infamous near walkout from Gladiator over a script he deemed absolute rubbish is legendary. Even after the film's phenomenal success, Crowe continues to trash the iconic "vengeance" line, calling it psyched, a surprising level of disdain for a role that launched him to superstardom. His arrogance extends beyond self-critique. Rebel Wilson recounted a dismissive and offensive encounter, illustrating his lack of respect for fellow actors. He's also publicly mocked Robert De Niro, George Clooney, and Harrison Ford for appearing in commercials, revealing a condescending attitude towards colleagues who don't share his apparently superior artistic vision. This pattern of contempt and demanding behavior has cemented Crowe's reputation as a major big jerk in Hollywood, a title arguably more memorable than some of his roles. And that wraps up our list of 20 celebrities who really are big jerks. Whether it's their diva behavior, outrageous demands, or just plain rudeness, these stars have left a mark for all the wrong reasons. But hey, even celebrities have their flaws, right? Let us know in the comments what you think. Did we leave anyone out, or do you agree with our picks? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time with more juicy celeb stories.